everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to discuss data visualization techniques on multivariant data, that is the third technique, and we are going to discuss on parallel coordinates, bubble chart, 3D scatter plot, heat map, tree map, stacked bar charts, and radar chart. And welcome all for analytics and beyond, and this is Madhushri. So first let us understand what is a multivariate data. It is an analysis of statistical data so that involves more than two dependent variables. So what is a dependent variable? A variable which depends on another. For example, if you want to solve any equation, value of one equation belongs to another equation, depends on that value. Until unless the value is given, we can't find out. That is the meaning of this. And here two or more events we can club, but the resulting outcome must be one. So that is where we use the multivariate data. So what are the graphs that we can use or visualization techniques that we can use for multivariant data? In a simple words, we can say there will be two or more inputs, but output will be one. In order to represent such kind of data, we will go for multivariant data. Under multivariant data, we have these some standards that are given, that for representing that we have to use that particular types of visualization only. In place of multivariant, if you use line chart, or in place of the another, if you use multivariant data, then the complete dashboard becomes meaningless. So for that things you have to use this. The first thing is a parallel coordinate plot. So this is a high dimensional analysis of any types of data that have the multiple attributes. For example, I want to represent two or more sets of data, then I will go for parallel coordinates. And parallel coordinates look like this. Since I am representing two or more data, so this by looking into the color, like here purple, blue is there, orange is there, so we can assume that what kind of data represent what kind of data sets. Power BI also we have the multivariant data representation. Since we don't have the free version, if you purchase the paid version of Power BI, then you can go for parallel coordinates plots. So the tools will be provided. Okay. So next. Similarly, we have the second one is a bubble chart. So bubble chart is visualization of three or more numeric values, similar to the previous one. See, previous one we had multivariate data, same thing we had here, like parallel coordinate system. We are representing in terms of lines here, but in bubble chart, as the name indicates, instead of lines we are just representing in terms of a bubble or a small circle. So when you see the intersection of circles, we will understand that one data is dependent on another, whereas here none of the data is dependent, right? So because the circles does not have any kind of intersection, but here we have some common things. So by looking at this, we can understand that which data is dependent on what kind of value. So next we have a 3D scatter plot. Already we have discussed what is a scatter plot. If you want to represent more data in a single point, then we'll use for a different set of data we'll use the scatter plot. So same scatter plot, if you want it in a 3D, then we are using the 3D scatter plot. I showed in Power BI in the previous video. You can go through that. Same scatter plot we are using for as a 3D, that's all. So meanings are same, but it is a 3D and that is a 2D. Okay. So next we have a heat map. Already using the heat map also we can represent a multivariant data. So heat map is common in all the three visualization techniques. So you can write heat map for all the three techniques. Then we have a tree map. So if you want to represent any set of data like in the form of an hierarchy, like this root of male, female, 1, 2, 3. If you want to represent any hierarchy of any organization, like principal, then comes the HOD, then comes the staff, then students. So if you want to represent then such kind of values, then we go for tree maps. And when there are two types of information in data, that is the value of individual point, structure of the hierarchy. So used for visualizations. So there you can go for tree map if you want to represent any data hierarchically. So next is a bar. Already you know what is a bar chart. It is used to represent an individual set of data. For example, if I want to know which person has done how much sales. So individually if I want to track, then I will use the bar chart. Similarly, we have stacked bar chart. So stacked bar chart is used where multiple data series are stacked on the top of other bars. See, multiple data, same individual, along with that we have a multiple sets of data. You can see here with different colors. Then we will go for stacked bar chart. So it is useful when comparing the amounts, see amounts across the categories while displaying contribution of each part of the whole. So amount I want to check, person, the name of the salesperson, what amount has been sales also, which date also. About that one particular person itself, I am going to track 3 or 4 information, maybe sales or date of manufacturing, everything. So then I will go for stacked bar chart. So Power BI, we don't have a concept. Power BI also has that concept, but paid version. So last one is a radar chart. It is also called as a spider chart or a polar chart. Okay, why? Because it is plotting on the multivariant data on two-dimensional graph. Say radar means as similar to the area chart where we have discussed, shows in the form of a shaded area. So this chart will tell you where is a closed network or a cycle that appears. You can see the closed network here. Okay. So if you want to show any routes or track any information, or if you want to find out any loops in the programs or any kind of techniques, then you can go for radar charts, which is used for plotting multivariant data on two-dimensional graph. Only 2D graphs it provides. Yeah, that's about the multivariant data representation. That what are the types of techniques that you can use in the multivariant data. It's just easy. Just you have to go through and get clarified. Then it will become very easy. So that's all about the multivariant data. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe. Thank you so much.